The mindset that turns failures into victories. Have you ever wondered why two people can face the exact same failure, yet one gives up while the other comes back stronger than ever? The difference isn't talent, it isn't luck, it's mindset. This is the story of Ethan, a young man with a dream of building his own business. He wasn't born into wealth, and he didn't have powerful connections. All he had was a dream, and the determination to chase it. At 23, Ethan invested everything he had into his first business. He spent months planning, worked late into the night, and believed success was just around the corner. But 6 months later, everything collapsed. The business failed. His savings were gone. His friends told him to quit. His relatives laughed and said, "We told you this wouldn't work." For weeks, Ethan couldn't even look at his notebook full of business ideas. Every failure felt like proof that he wasn't good enough. One evening, while walking through a quiet park, he noticed an old gardener planting flowers. Curious, Ethan asked, "Why do you keep planting when so many flowers die?" The gardener smiled. "Because I don't count the flowers that die. I count the ones that bloom." Those words stayed with Ethan. He realized something powerful. Successful people don't ignore failure. They use it. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" they ask, "What can this teach me?" The next morning, Ethan opened his notebook again. He didn't write new business ideas. Instead, he made 2 columns. On one side, he wrote every mistake he had made. Poor planning, ignoring customer feedback, spending money too quickly, giving up too easily when things became difficult. On the other side, he wrote the lesson each mistake had taught him. Every failure became a teacher. Months later, Ethan started another business. This time, things were different. He planned carefully. He listened to customers. He stayed patient when problems appeared. The business didn't become successful overnight. It faced challenges again. There were days with no sales, unexpected expenses, moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. But this time, Ethan refused to see setbacks as the end. He saw them as part of the journey. Little by little, the business grew. One customer became 10. 10 became 100. Years later, the same people who once laughed at him were asking for advice. When someone congratulated him on becoming successful, they said, "You never failed." Ethan smiled and replied, "No, I failed many times. I just refused to let failure have the final word." That's the mindset that turns failures into victories. Failure isn't your enemy. Quitting is. Every mistake carries a lesson. Every setback builds strength. Every obstacle prepares you for the next level. Remember this. The people who achieve extraordinary success aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who stand up one more time than they fall. So if you failed today, don't call it the end. Call it training. Because every great victory begins with a failure that refused to become a defeat.